Historical pictures are in black and white. Legendary exploits are in full color. Davy Crockett was a real man who came to represent to the Americans of his era the rough and ready frontiersmen of the new lands beyond the Alleghenies. In the telling and retelling of his exploits, nearly everything he did was exaggerated and embroidered with fanciful details. The stories became tall tales, and the tall tales became legends which have become a part of our heritage. The first settlers who crossed the Alleghenies built homes in forest clearings. They had come to stay. Until the settlers came, these lands had been occupied only by the Indians. The Indians resented the coming of the white settlers. When Indian tribes were known to be on the warpath, the settlers moved into a fort until danger was past. This is Fort Boonesborough in the year 1775. Frontiersmen, like Daniel Boone, relied on their trusty long rifles for defense. The frontier was Davy Crockett's home, and it was here that the tall tales about him originated. They say Davy was so good a shot as a boy that he could shoot the eye out of a fly. Another tale tells how while hunting, Davy saw a flock of geese, a deer, and a snake. One shot killed the geese, the other the deer, and he threw the ramrod down the snake's mouth. Knocked into the river by the recoil, Davy came up with his pockets filled with fish. Folks said, though, that Davy didn't need a gun to hunt. His grin could quiet the fiercest animal. When coons saw him coming, they would cry, "Don't shoot, Davy, we'll come on down." One day, Davy was jumped by a bear before he was able to raise his rifle. Davy hugged that bear to jelly and then took the jelly home in the bear's own skin. Davy had a tame bear that could churn butter and smoke a pipe while he was churning. Using the bear's tail as a rudder, Davy and his bear raced steamboats up and down the Mississippi River. Davy had become so famous that his friends urged him to run for Congress. When Davy's opponent saw him ride up on his pet alligator, they bolted and ran. Crockett ran as an Andrew Jackson man and won. Later, Jackson was elected president. Andrew Jackson was both unschooled and unpolished, a genuine frontiersman. He was the first president of the United States who was not an educated man from Virginia or Massachusetts. He and Davy Crockett were firm friends until Crockett opposed Jackson's plan to take lands from the Indians, which had been given them by treaty. This is Davy Crockett as he looked when he first served in Congress. And this is the Capitol in the days of Jackson and Crockett. As a character from the wild and woolly West, Crockett attracted a great deal of attention on the floor of Congress. Davy Crockett's almanac helped to make him even more famous. The almanac was full of imaginary stories about Davy's adventures. One story told how when winter lasted all summer, people appealed to Davy for help. Davy went to the North Pole and found the sun stuck fast to the Earth's frozen axis. He caught a polar bear and squeezed enough grease out of him to set the axis turning again. Then he kicked the sun loose and high into its proper place in the sky. When Halley's Comet scared everyone, Davy caught it by the tail and swung it into space. While these tall tales were being told, Crockett, who had finally broken with Jackson, was pushing west with parties of settlers. In Texas, he helped the settlers in their fight to gain independence from Mexico. He died in the Alamo with that gallant band of Americans outnumbered 40-1 by Santa Anna's Mexicans. So this was Davy Crockett, a real-life hero who became one of America's legendary heroes. The end. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate it. Cheers!